Hello and welcome to Plastic Crack. Patient037 here, and this is a video response to Time Lord's request to view your worst, least favourite, crappy, most hated Transformers toy. I think I'm up to the challenge, so I had a bit of a think. I say a bit of a think, I pretty much knew exactly who I was going to review, and it's going to be a controversial one. A lot of you people ain't going to like it, but what can I say, I'm my own man, I have my own opinions, so this is it. My most hated Transformers toy in my entire collection is this guy right here. Transformers Universe Prowl. Told you it'd be a controversial one. Prowl is Optimus Prime's chief of security and trusted member of the original ARC crew who crash landed on Earth at the start of Generation 1 along with his twin/repaint brothers Bluestreak and Smokescreen. An excellent military strategist and security lieutenant, but not much of a people person, Prowl succeeded in pissing off pretty much every other Autobot in some way or another, especially Grimlock, who had a severe disliking for him. His conformation to strict military procedures makes him slightly unpopular with his Autobot contemporaries, as does his incredible uptightness. He also doesn't dance. But, in the true style of Greek theatre, Prowl gets his comeuppance in dramatic style, being bitched out by a single blasphemous scavenger in Transformers the movie, and also having the honour of being the second death in the cinematic bloodbath. When Prowl was first announced in the first wave of Transformers Universe, or Classics 2.0, whichever you want to call it, I was quite excited. I saw his prototype pictures and I was a little bit shaky on them, but I thought, nah, it's just the prototype pictures, heavily photoshopped Hasbro gumph, so surely the figure can't be worse. Then, the day they came out, I went to Toys R Us, bought those and Classic Sunstreaker, and bitter disappointment set in. Absolute bitter, crushing disappointment. I was really looking forward to Prowl. He's never been one of my favourite characters, but you gotta expect better for Prowl. He's prime security, and he looks a bit like a giraffe with big shoulders. I much prefer Sunstreaker out of the two I first bought this day. So, what don't I like about him? What do I like about him? Not much. But, let's go into analysis mode. Here he is, in robot mode. Just look at him. With his big, sticky outy neck he's got here and his weird, wide shoulders. And the fact his chest just doesn't look complete because it hasn't got the front of his car on it. The only thing I really like about this figure is his head transformation, which is quite cool, the way it pops out the little spring-loaded joint here. It's almost automorph in its simplicity. Also quite like his knees, where they clip onto the back of the car mode. But that's about it. Not a fan of this figure. Articulation-wise, I suppose he's got quite a lot. He's got his shoulders, they swivel. They kind of have a pivot point here, and they kind of move down due to the transformation. He's got elbow. His wrists both rotate. This one can't rotate because the gun's in the hand. His head literally just swivels on a pivot. He's got waist swivel. He's got ball joint hips. He's got bendy knees, which is almost kind of like a Marvel Legend-esque double knee due to his transformation. And his feet have got a little bit of give, but not an awful lot. So, he's quite well articulated, I guess. Scale-wise, let's compare him to. This is a Universe Sunstreaker, and as you can see, they're roughly the same height, with Sunstreaker just a tiny bit taller. And then, Animated Blur, who he just towers over him, but then again, Animated Blur towers over pretty much every figure. Okay, so, on to the transformation. Okay, so we're going to start by taking his gun off. Oh, his hand wants to come up. And then we fold that in half, put that to one side. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is flip down his back piece, fold him out, then I'm going to fold his guns away. Okay, then we're going to fold his chest section out, flip his head in, close it up, making sure the crest of his head fits in its little niche. Then we're going to fold his arms in like so and tuck them in here, making sure that they push these little guns out. That's the only way it fits together, is if his arms push everything else out of the way so they can get in. Can be a bit tricky. Okay, then we're going to tuck his windshield under his bonnet. Okay, this is the tricky bit. This is the bit that always messes me up. Okay, so we're going to take his wings, fold them out, spin them down, then these panels fold out. Then you have to kind of spin it over the wheel. And if you can do it without snapping it off, then you're a better man than me, because every time I do it I manage to snap it off. That clips in place like so. Same with the other side. Fold it up straight. Fold down this side panel here. It's not going to come now, is it? Yeah, fold it out. Fold down this side panel, which makes his front assembly. And then that clips into place. Sort of, kind of. Then fold his little heels in. Flip his feet backwards. Clip his feet together. And then we're going to fold this whole panel back, clip it into place there, and then clip his little wings underneath it. So it's all together, and then fold his little back bumper back in. There we have his vehicle mode. You can fit his gun in this little slot underneath him, but mine never wants to stay in place. As soon as you put him down, it'll just pop out. So it kind of fits in place like that, but I'm just going to make a liar of him now, but there it is. We're going to take that out and put it to one side for now. And there he is in his hideous car mode. I just want to say, before going to the vehicle analysis, I can't believe the amount of times Hasbro has reused this mould. I mean, look at it. It's horrible. It's hideous. And they reused it for Silver Streak and for Smokescreen. Now, I know in the original G1 show they were all the same car, they were the old Datsun, but surely they could have built a better mould than this. So let's take a look at this in more detail. He's got the Highway Patrol stripes on the side, which I guess are quite a good touch. He's got his red light bar on his roof, nice Autobot logo on his bonnet there, and these nice red tail lights. His headlights are plastic, so I guess you can imagine them lighting up, and he's got this kind of frosted windshield, even though you can blatantly see he's got two massive guns sitting there, and his back windshield is just brown, which is quite lazy if you ask me. Now I don't know whether anyone else has had this problem, but if you notice on his side doors, the paint is kind of peeling away and it is very tacky. So it's not good quality control on that at all. I don't know whether that's a common problem or whether it's just on mine, but it's not very good, is it? So all in all, I guess it's okay. I guess out of the two modes I prefer his vehicle mode, even though it's still horrible. I'm not a fan of this front end at all, but I guess it's passable, and he does look like he can go quite fast as a police car. Okay, scale-wise, as you can see, he's roughly the same size as Universe Sunstreaker, the better of the two figures I bought that fateful day. Now those of you who've seen my other reviews will know of my hamster scale. Unfortunately, I couldn't subject them to the horror of this figure, so instead, here is a Bourbon Biscuit, and as you can see, he's a lot bigger than this Bourbon Biscuit. In conclusion, I hate this figure. I honestly hate him. I mean, just look at him. He's got the big long turkey neck. He's got these really sticky outy shoulders that don't seem to move like shoulders move. He's got massive gaping holes in his side. Just, ugh, I hate the vehicle mode. The only thing I really like is the way his head pops out. That's it. I really wish I hadn't spent $12.99 of my hard-earned English pounds on this fellow. I would have rather bought two Sunstreakers, to be honest with you. But, you know, time makes fools of us all. So this has been a response to Time Lord's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave comments and feedback in that thing down there somewhere. And I'll see you next time for a proper review. But till then, courage. I've been Patient037, this has been Plastic Crack, and I'll see you next time. Booyah!